in a beautiful game of JT Toppin, the reigning Big 12 Player of the Week. The test, Sebastian Ronchik in a Colorado team looking to pull the upset in the Big 12. College basketball on CBS Sports Network, presented by Fresh Pet. The action continues. Big 12, where Texas Tech, 14th ranked, on the road against Colorado. Hello and welcome courtside alongside former Texas Tech coach Chris Walker. I'm Chris Lewis. We have Brandon Baylor with us as well. As we see throughout the day in college basketball, early in conference play, ranked team on the road, look out.
Yeah, you're right about that. It's very, very tough to win games at all, particularly on the roads. Shout out to those teams that got it done. This will be a tall task for Texas Tech. Colorado is ready to play. This will be a good one.
So why is Texas Tech a top 15 team? Well, it's all about their duo, inside-outside, led by JT Toppin.
You're right, one of the best dynamic duos in the country. JT Toppin stood chance for just terrific. This kid can do it all. He's on every list for the College Player of the Year, reigning Big 12 Player of the Year, a great offensive rebounder. This guy right here nicknamed himself. He dubbed himself, Chris, the human highlight. In the second half of the Duke game, he was just that. He's not only a terrific scorer and shooter, he throws dimes as well, leading the Big 12. Best 1-2 punch in the country.
Well, if it takes two for Texas Tech, let's focus on two for Colorado as well. Isaiah Johnson, one of the best bench scorers in the nation, and then Bangkok Dak, the man in the middle.
Yeah, you're certainly right. Again, everyone's talking about all these freshmen. Don't forget about Isaiah Johnson, Bangkok Dak. They need him to rebound and block shots and be a force on defense to have a chance against these Red Raiders.
CU Event Center is ready. Texas Tech, they're high-flying, they're fast, they're athletic. But Colorado has a strong start as well at 12-3. The action next on CBS Sports Network.
At FrameBridge, we believe the items you frame tell your story. Life is full of moments worth celebrating, and we're here to frame them all. Custom frame everything you love, big, little, and in between. Visit a store or framebridge.com to get started.
Chris Lewis, Chris Walker here in Boulder, and a third member of our crew, Brandon Baylor.
Hey, CeeLou, look, we're going to find out what home court advantage looks like here in Boulder. Because on the court, when it comes to the Buff, you have to give them some props here. In conference play, they're hanging with some of the big guys here at 2-0. Off the court, how about this? The athletic director, Fernando Lobo, trying to do his part as well. With the holidays now in the rear view, he's hoping for some fans to actually be back at this game. And he's going to be sitting in the student section for this, something he did in New Mexico, and he's carrying that tradition into this game there. They're anticipating close to 10,000 in the stands and hoping for a new type of environment here tonight.
So Lobo went from the Lobos to the Buffaloes. Just likes to rhyme.
I like that. I like that. You know what? We had a chance to spend some time with him before the game. Terrific guy.
Starting lineups each side, and for Texas Tech, on the Big 12 injury report, Mariel Aquentuk was questionable coming in. He's going to come in off the bench. He is available for Coach Grant McCasland in the Red Raiders. They've been shorthanded in the front court throughout this season.
Yeah, juxtapose that with the Buffs. Their 40% of their scoring comes from the bench.
James Moore, James Ford, Rick Crawford, three officials underway with Texas Tech and Colorado squaring off in Boulder.
Chris, very important. We'll see how does Colorado score against this tough defense. You see them already doubling.
And Sebastian Ronchik lines it up and drills it to break the seal, not even 15 seconds in.
Yeah, you're right about that. He struggled last game for 3, so they really love that. That's a welcome sight.
You see Colorado aggressive with the press off of their first make.
Yeah, they're going to mix up their defenses to try to keep Texas Tech on their heels. We'll see how they attack it. Texas Tech did a great job in their shoot-around and it's focused on this exact thing.
Colorado played a lot of zone in their win against Utah. And that time it's carved right up with a pass inside to Lawan Watts.
And just surgical. There's nothing better than the coach when they work on something and shoot around and it actually works the first possession out. Kudos to Jeff Linder, who's their offensive coach, for getting them prepared for their switching defenses.
Do you think the players will go back and say, great job, coach, getting us ready? No, the players never do that.
Hey, one thing I know, if it doesn't work out, I know what they'll say.
Rasheek turns down to three and says it's Hargress on the left side.
Chris, you were raving about him at shoot-around, and already look what he's doing.
He has a little Buddy Hield look, that kind of quick release, that form, and he drills the three. He's shooting the three at 56%. That's 19 makes in 33 attempts.
I mean, just a ridiculously efficient guard, and guards usually aren't that efficient, particularly smaller guys. There's that guy right there. That's what Tad Ball kept him up at night. The offensive rebounding, but they missed that one by J.D. Toppin.
Colorado, they are 2-0 in Big 12 play. Winners last time out Wednesday against Utah. Finished that game on a 16-6 run. That game was just a 2-point game late. Hargress slices inside and lays it up with a right. And what a start for Colorado 2 minutes in.
Yeah, this crowd is already fired up. Hargress doing exactly what he does best, being an efficient scorer. They got to tighten that defense up. That's one of my keys. They got to keep Colorado out of the paint, Chris.
Well, we saw earlier on CBS, Wisconsin handled Michigan. So you already know that they're upset in the air already on a Saturday in college basketball. 3 ranked teams going down to unranked teams at the start of the day. Christian Anderson lobs, Toppin handles, regathers. Can't finish inside, altered by Malone, but gets it back. And Toppin, who averages 21 a game, lays it in.
Hey, the Toppin cleanup crew, as I said before, what makes him dangerous. If you allow them to get into the lane, it's going to be very difficult to box out JT Toppin.
Colorado doubling Texas Tech in the early going. 4-3, the Buffaloes since starting the season 8-0.
They're trying to get into that paint and drive and kick. Even though Colorado doesn't make a lot of threes, they want to get to the foul line.
Big man Malone fade away. And here comes Texas Tech.
They'll take that shot all day long from Malone as opposed to him playing bully ball and getting offensive rebounds.
From the former NAIA All-American, Toppin turns it over, and it is Malone who scoops it up. Hargress bumped, unaltered, and delivers. He wanted the contact, wanted the foul call. It's 7 quick ones for Hargress.
And we talked to Tad Ball, and what did he say? Push the tempo. They want to get the ball up and down the score. They're having almost 87 points a game, and they know that Texas Tech is shorthanded. We're playing a mile high in Denver. We want to take advantage of it, hope they're winded. That's right there again, another offensive rebound.
Lead to the open Atwell shot off the mark.
Don't want to have a steady diet of that, because Texas Tech can really hurt you if you allow them to continue to get extra shots.
Excellent hands by Atwell to knock it away, but you're seeing the pace. This is what Colorado wants. You mentioned it, Tad Boyle feels like he has the deeper team, but Christian Anderson has the deeper range.
Like, righteous is all I got to say. You got to make sure you find him early and often, and he has range. And that's what I said to Tad Boyle. So you got to guard that line. He said they'll just step further out, and that's exactly what he did.
Dak bricks it, and Watts secures.
Yeah, they'll take him shooting that under 30% for his career. Again, you don't want to dare people to shoot threes, but certainly they don't want him offensive rebounding and using his length.
Stop and pop. Anderson around and out, and Rasheek grabs the rebound. So in the half court, what does Colorado need to do to get quality looks against the Texas Tech team?
Man, thinking about Texas Tech, they really bottle you up. You have to do a really good job of moving the basketball, get bodies moving so you can get straight line drives, but you can't do that. This is what you can't do against Texas Tech, is turn the basketball over, give them extra possessions.
Anderson bounces, Watts behind the back, and Toppin fades it off. They're putting on a show in Colorado.
Lawan Watts is a Swiss Army knife. He can bring it up on the break. He can make threes. He can do everything on the floor. He's very dangerous. He's taking Darion Williams' spot. Similar player, maybe more explosive offensively, Chris.
The hero in the tournament last year for Texas Tech. Malone thought about it and said it's Dak inside. Keeps the pivot and off the glass.
That's what you want Dak doing, taking advantage of that length and athleticism and size. When they switch, anytime they switch, let's make sure we take advantage of that.
Texas Tech, they're coming off of their heartbreaking loss last time out to Houston.
This pace is torrid right now for both teams right now. We got exactly what we asked for this game. Typical Big 12 game.
Huffing and puffing, Mile High Plus here in Boulder. And inside, Malone is fouled. Finally, a whistle with 14-16 left here in the first half, where both teams showing why they've had strong starts to the year. The fancy pass inside. Toppin pays it off. But this is Bang got Dak showing the footwork.
When you're ready for spring break,
Hi guys.
emphasis on the break. It matters where you stay. Book your spring break now. Hilton, for the stay.
I'm Miles Penn, founder of M. Taylor. Finding a pair of jeans that looks good and feels comfortable all day is such a hassle. So we created patented technology that measures you 20% more accurately than a tailor using just your phone's camera. And now we've invented the InvisiStretch waistband, designed to preserve the look of classic jeans while invisibly stretching for amazing comfort. Get custom jeans for just $79 right from your phone. Download the M. Taylor app on iOS or Android. Most clothes use just 1 or 2 measurements, but M. Taylor's custom clothes use 7 or more measurements to give you a perfect fit. Getting measured takes less than 30 seconds, and M. Taylor offers free returns and free shipping. Whether you are so big or so small, we'll fit you all. Jeans, suits, shirts, and more. Shipped directly from our master tailors to you. Download the M. Taylor app on iOS or Android, or visit mtaylor.com.
Here's a little ballad about a man who masked his body odor. Instead of using Mando, the right tool for the job. And after a lifetime of sweeping his odor issues under the rug, he became a victim of his own smell. Mando gets to the bottom of the problem, stopping the bacteria that causes BO, and saving him from a lifetime of stink. Don't mask it, Mando it.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Fresh Pet, healthy food, fresh from the fridge, and by AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
Got to go back to February 2022. Last time Colorado at home beat a ranked team, and that was number 2 Arizona. So how did they do it this time? Our Fresh Pet keys to the game.
Hey, Texas Tech, they got to keep Colorado out of the paint. Haven't done a good job of that thus far because they don't shoot a lot of threes, but they get to the rim and shoot free throws. Get back on defense. They're trying to push the pace, and you see that three-point alert. 10 threes a game. Texas Tech leads the Big 12. Rebound, rebound, rebound. We talked to Tad Boyle yesterday ad nauseum. JP Toppin always affecting right now, getting second shots.
Tad Boyle's team deep, and just inserted into the game Isaiah Johnson, who is Boyle's top scorer. And again, he doesn't start, comes off the bench and averages 15.5 points per game.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing, particularly being a freshman and able to do that. Comes from good stock. His dad was a Division I player, mom was a Division I player. Mr. Vontek off the curl cut, picking up where he left off last game against Utah.
He had 19 points in that game against Utah that you referenced. He got to the line 9 times, made all 9 free throws.
Yeah, excellent free throw shooter, shall I say, improved from last year. This guy is having a very good season. Another guy whose dad, Martin, played at Iowa State. A lot of these kids in this game have parents, siblings that played college basketball and college football.
Second, third generation players. Tyree Bryant into the game for the first time. The senior from Orlando off the Texas Tech bench misses the 3. Rumbling in transition, Josiah Sanders, another reserve for Coach Boyle. This is Hargress. Couple of good looks early on. Another open look here from distance. No.
Wow,
hit hard on the left block, but no whistle.
I know, Chris, you're right. I saw the same thing, and no foul. They're letting them be very physical. Big 12 basketball, you have to get out there. Got lucky there.
Fortunate that it rolls in and out on the Colorado defensive side. Hargress running, and scoots to the rim.
I'm sure Grant McClassen does not like that. You have to sprint back. As I said, Tabor wants this game to be an up and down game. You see them right now with a little toothache press, trying to slow down the Red Raiders in the half court.
Colorado shooting 7 for 11 so far. Meanwhile, Texas Tech hasn't scored in over 2 minutes.
Stay in this zone, but we'll see if they can do that right there. If you're going to be in the zone, you're going to let Lawan Watts be in the crease. He's smart. He can make shots. He can kick to shooters, but he can also drop dimes to Toppin, which is the most lethal guy that close to the basket.
Toppin, All-American last year, reigning Big 12 Player of the Year. Why is he so effective?
He's so effective because he's so efficient. He has a hard motor. You're looking at their game notes. He says, "I'm a dog," and he is exactly that.
Well, he finds the bone, and the bone is the basketball.
Yes, that's right.
He can rebound with the best of them, averaging a double-double, 21 points and 11 rebounds. And look at those bunnies to get up to catch that one.
The pass.
Anderson sets it up. Brian Cash.
Man, they have been looking for him to knock that shot down. Transfer from Santa Clara, made 66 threes last year. Been struggling a bit from 3, but if he can get in his rhythm, Chris, he makes this team a much better team.
Hey, this is a guy at Santa Clara who scored 35 points in a game against Gonzaga.
Man, they have weapons. Yeah, great job by them in the portal identifying players. This guy right here has only made 1 3 this year. Texas Tech will give that shot up.
Now 1 for 13. That foul on Christian Anderson is his first.
The Tyree Bryan, the Red Raiders, guns up. They knock down 3s at 11 a game. You got to get out there.
With NFL Plus, you can watch every playoff game live on mobile. Every pass, every tackle, all on mobile. You know, those devices you always have on you. Watch every playoff game live on mobile with NFL Plus.
For a free prescription the same day. They even included free 3-day discreet shipping right to my door. I tried my first tablet, and within 30 minutes, it was working as well as the name brand. My wife can't stop smiling, and my confidence is through the roof. Scan the QR code or go to grabfridayplans.com to try it for yourself. I still can't believe I got 9 tablets of 100 milligram generic Viagra for just $7. I feel like I'm in my 20s again. My wife even told me, "You're like a whole new man." Don't wait as long as I did. It is the best $7 I have ever spent. Scan the QR code or go to grabfridayplans.com right now to get yours before this deal runs out.
Oh my God, I won. Guys, I just saw someone win an iPad for under $10.
I got this amazing Japanese knife set for just 75 cents.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56.
There's millions of fast auctions and always something to win on DealDash.com. And today, new users get a $50 bonus credit. Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you'll save.
And shipping is always free.
14th ranked Texas Tech. Dating back to last year NCAA tournament, they got to the Elite Eight for the 3rd time in school history. This year, 11-4, 10-0 against unranked teams. Their one ranked win was against Duke. 17-point second half comeback at the Garden. Their head coach is Grant McCaslin, and moments ago with our Brandon Baylor.
Coach, you guys able to cut back into this league? What's been working for you? We need to see more of.
Well, the biggest thing is we gave them some rhythm shots early. I mean, we screwed up the double team in the post, and then we were late on a closeout. And you just can't give these guys a comfort level. They're too good offensively.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Yeah, wreck them.
So that's a former Baylor assistant with our Brandon Baylor.
You're right about that, and he's right. They're not closing out on that shooter and then not playing out of the double team. He caught me off guard. He said, "Wreck him." I had to brush up on my Texas Tech lingo. I haven't been there in a while.
Former coach at Texas Tech, 2011-2013. You were the head coach in the 2012-2013 season. And when you see the Red Raiders reach the kind of heights that we just mentioned, what does that kind of do with somebody very familiar familiar with that program.
I absolutely love it. I mean, you had Gerald Myers, you had Bobby Knight, had great success. Chris Beard came back and really and brought Tubby Smith there to kind of jump-start it a little bit, and Chris Beard did a tremendous job. And Grant McCastle, as I said before, to see these guys continuously be at the top where people expect them to win, I always believe that could happen in Lubbock and West Texas, and they certainly have done that now.
And that's a different level of expectations, right? Expecting to win, especially on the road in conference, it's different.
Yeah, again, you're right. It's the thing that Kansas got right there. Josiah Sanders, not a three-point shooter, but strong. We talked about his physicality. He's nifty inside, but to your point, it is different. You put the Duke on someone's jersey. You put Kansas on someone's jersey. They're expected to win. That's a different level mentality that Texas Tech has had in the past, but they certainly have it now.
Texas Tech looking for their first road win this season. Sanders scored the last bucket for Colorado. Watts from the corner, bullseye.
So good. I'm telling you right now, this kid is phenomenal. Former Big Sky Player of the Year as a freshman. Really good job last year at the WCC. And as I said before, they can talk about the portal all they want. Texas Tech has identified the right guys to come in and play in their system and thrive.
Some dazzling dribble moves from Isaiah Johnson, but he can't deliver the shot.
Oh, wow.
Push off, but no call, and Anderson goes all the way to the rim.
Colorado bench doesn't like it, but you got to man up for sure. Christian Anderson, nifty and tough when he starts to get in those cracks and crevices of your defense.
That's 4 straight buckets for Texas Tech. A left open Johnson.
Got lucky. Usually doesn't miss that when somebody blew an assignment.
Top 15 in the nation in scoring by a freshman. Johnson at 15.5 a night.
Man, that is so difficult what he does. Isaiah Johnson. I credit that to, again, being a great find by the Buffs. But he's a state cheese, a kid that plays at a high level. 4 years in high school, same AAU program, used to consistency. Tough miss there, or the bunny by Dak.
Watts, a blinding crossover, and he gets the defender out of position, and Alon McKaylee is guilty of his first.
See Christian Anderson here just getting to the basket. Again, no one there to help. This kid is really, really good. You really have to build a wall when he's coming full steam, because he's not going to go one way. He can go one way or the other. Again, can shift and make shots. He has a lot of tricks in his bag, Chris.
And he's somebody who I imagine as an opposing coach, like, how do you play a guy who leads the Big 12 in assists but can score at the rate he can at nearly 20 a game?
Yeah, so much is asked of him, and it just shows his development from 1 year to the next. And he's really done it at a high level. Really did a good job with injuries. But what he did against Duke, there's no question he's one of the best players in the country.
Fade away, baseline J, the friendly roll, Donovan Atwell.
Again, you talking about a welcome sight. You're talking about a young man, 48 threes out of 50. Of his 54 makes, 48 are threes. Or makes or threes. And for him to make a 2-point shot, as I said before, that's great for them.
That's what you call high volume 3-point shooter. And here comes Texas Tech. Transition, a team that averages 84 points a game. Another corner three. Atwell, no. Rebound volleyed and vacuumed in by Dak.
Atwell can knock that shot down, particularly from the corner. There's a foul there. Good job pushing the tempo. See, driving to the baseline. Atwell, as I said before, he's made 54 shot threes this year, 48, right? 48 of his makes have been threes, which is crazy. So if he can drive and make twos, that bodes well for the Red Raiders.
He has a quick release. Barrington Hargress at the line.
I used to be like that. All my shots were threes.
I could tell the way you like to talk about the three. Tomorrow, 4 Eastern, Major League Volleyball returns to CBS Sports Network. Got some of the best players in the league squaring off as the Grand Rapids Rise take on the Atlanta Vibe. Is that a nickname for Christian Anderson, the Atlanta Vibe?
Hey, listen, this kid he was a joy to talk to as well. You talk about guys having to take the next level. They probably weren't leaders. They're very quiet guys by nature. We talked about them. But now they have to go to the next level, top in Christian Anderson, and lead this program. And they've been doing a tremendous job. He was really, really, really cool to talk to. And you know what he said? He loved that win against Duke.
Yeah, you watch those highlights over and over. And I would too, absolutely. You pull off the comeback against the previously unbeaten team. Donovan Atwell rings the bell.
This bad defense, you should know. I'm going to say it ad nauseum. All he's going to do is shoot a three. Get out there quick.
After a slow start, Texas Tech has regained their form to take a 4-point lead. Approaching the 8-minute-to-go mark in the first half. Defender falls. They leave to the wing. Petty, shooter, cash. Jalen Petty.
Come on now. Instant offense. 5 threes versus U of H. Tied his career high from Rainier Beach High School. Who's from Rainier Beach?
Mr. Crawford, Jamal Crawford.
Jamal Crawford. You say that's big bro. Gives him a lot of advice. I know one thing. It is definitely translating for sure. Big time freshman.
Do you see similarities in the game?
No question. He can really shoot it. Not afraid. Jamal Crawford was that type of player. Again, so many tricks in his bags. Oh, my goodness.
Sebastian Ronchik says, I got this in my bag.
He says, easy. That's too much talk about. Let me focus on me for a second. Kid is tremendous.
Watts cut off top and not much of a shooter. He's only made 4 threes and now 27 attempts.
Yeah, they'll take that all day long as opposed to him just going crazy inside that restricted area. Let him shoot that all day long.
A lot of contact on the dribble drive from Hargress, and he throws it away. It's a Colorado turnover and leads to a stoppage.
That's a no-no.
Leaving open shooters. How dare you? Whether it's Atwell or Petty, the freshman, as Texas Tech leads by 5. CBS Sports Network presented by Freshpet.
Fran's exclusive wild card game is coming. The Packers.
Hey, be physical all night.
The Bears.
Today we're going to separate the men from the board.
NFC North rivals square off in the latest chapter of the NFL's oldest feud.
We're in for a wild one.
Fran's exclusive wild card game. Packers. Bears. Only on Prime.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can it keep me warm when I'm cold?
Wait, no, I'm always hot.
Sleep Number does that.
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Sleep Number does that. Your ideal firmness and effortless comfort all night.
Can it help us sleep better and better?
Please.
Sleep Number does that. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Nature's Bounty.
Your body uses magnesium in over 300 reactions.
Nature's Bounty supplements your whole body health with high absorption magnesium. Nature's Bounty, it's in your nature.
Those who served, their spouses and children, and the generations that follow, those are our people. And we've been proudly serving them for over 100 years. Because at USAA, we take care of our own. Become a member today.
Each team is led by as many as 7 so far in the first half. Colorado led early. Their head coach, Tad Boyle, moments ago with Brandon Baylor.
Coach, I sense the frustration for what you're seeing on the sideline. What's your thoughts about what's happening?
Well, I like the pace. We got to get this pace going. We got altitude on our side, but we got to make some shots. When we got open shots, we got to knock them down. I mean, that's what Texas Tech does. And we got to get to their shooters. Man or zone, we got to get to their shooters and get the shot we want.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.
And that's right, Steve Walk. You got to get to these shooters.
Yeah, you definitely are. You know, talking about my Texas Tech lingo, one of them is guns up, and they come out firing on all plays. One Watts, again, that is a mistake there by Ronchik. You cannot leave Atwell at any time. And this young man right here, instant offense. They do a great job of finding each other, move the ball around the perimeter. They're the best three-point shooting team in the Big 12. You have to guard them at all times. These guys from the perimeter, and that's why JT Thompson's so lethal as well, Chris, because you have to have so much space guarding those shooters.
It's not just percentage that you see on your screen. It's the makes, the volume. They shoot and make 11 threes per game. That's atop the Big 12, as you mentioned.
Yeah, you know, that's one thing about this guy. He loves guys that shoots the three ball. And then if you have a guy inside like JT Toppin who just eats up the paint, makes you very, difficult to guard.
So those threes are open threes.
Oh, no question, open threes. But here's the thing, they're long rebounds as well, and they get extra opportunities on three-point misses.
So that's the interior pass and the floater. You said it. Great word. Unstoppable.
And again, you're trying to guard the three-point shooters, and then you got Lawan Watts and JT Toppin playing catch with each other. Very skilled players and finishers. Very difficult to guard.
Great note on the screen. Colorado, they've missed 6 of their last 7 shots. Hargress spins, attracts the help, and Ramczyk misses off the front of the iron.
It's interesting that the Buffs score so many points per game, but only make 7 threes per game, which is interesting. And that happens when they get to the line. And what do they have not done today? Get to the line. But that guy right there, straight line drive. You have to guard him off the ball screens and make him give it up. Far too easy, but there's no rim protection for the Buffs.
Yeah, 27 in a takeover mode performance against Duke. 13 assists just a couple of games ago, Anderson against Oklahoma State. Shows a versatility at that lead guard spot. Jalen Petty reaches in and gets called for the foul.
See Toppin just going to that in that crease of that defense. Very difficult to sauce with his size. And the question is, who's in the paint? Who's in the paint? Malone's not a shot blocker. Got to slide over a lot quicker. Make him make an extra pass. They got to tighten that up, particularly if they're playing zone, leaving so much space for these guys to operate.
Late to get it in. Aggressive hedge. A balanced Colorado team. 5 players, average 10 points or more.
It's just a stingy team that really play in the cracks and the crevices. Just a tough shot. They'll give you that shot all day long, particularly if you're not going to get an offensive rebound.
Anderson lost it, scoops it right back up.
One thing about Texas Tech, they're very efficient. They know who the guys are. They don't play a lot of guys off the bench. The guys that are playing are just terrific scorers.
With Anderson and Toppin both near the top of the conference in minutes played. Quick release, Atwell. And McKaylee gets the rebound.
Yeah, tough shot, but again, one thing they did well, the three-point shot went up. They didn't give him a second shot.
9-point deficit, Colorado. Sanders on the sideline.
Drive and kick. Crowd. It's a crowd in there for a reason. They all came to the party, and you got to get back on defense. I'm telling you, that is automatic. Tadball doesn't like it. Call the timeout.
From just outside of Charlotte, Huntersville, North Carolina, Donovan Atwell hits his second 3 of the night.
After 85 years, the Jeep brand is still keeping it fresh, bringing you more choices, more features, and even more adventure for everyone. Start your adventure today with a great deal on a new Jeep brand vehicle. Jeep, there's only one.
Right now, well-qualified lessees can lease the 2026 Jeep Wrangler Sport S-Gas model for $359 a month. Hurry, this great offer ends February 2nd. Visit your local Jeep brand dealer.
The experience of Texas Tech showing in this first half, leading by 12.
Yeah, listen, 1, 2, 3 guys. I mean, you can't score on all those guys, and you got to sprint back in transition. See how they move the basketball to Lawan Watts, always keeping his head up. And I said again, this guy's made 54 shots, 48 of them are threes. You have to run at him and force him to put it on the deck. Just again, you know the scouting report, Michaelis. You got to make sure you execute it, because we heard Tad Bowl talk about it at the shoot around ad nauseum. Get out to the shooters.
13 of the game's last 15 points have been scored by the Red Raiders.
One thing about it, you can have a scouting report, and the coach, and Tad Bowl is an excellent coach, but the players have to execute it on the floor.
A young Colorado team, Dak, who's a junior, floats that one in.
Yeah, that was a great point by you. And sometimes when you play, this is a high-level game for Texas Tech. Probably the biggest game they played this year, and it's at home. Might be a little jittery right now, but we'll see if they can settle into it.
Toppin, aggressive move, banging bodies. The hoop and the harm. And this guy's a star, JT Toppin.
Yeah, JT Toppin. As I say, JT's just terrific. You go one way, here, stop me. I don't think so. I'm going the other way. And the good Dak, who's a shot blocker, my man, JT.
This isn't just combat. It's cinema.
Are you not entertained?
The new home of UFC, Paramount Plus.
those who served, their spouses and children, and the generations that follow, those are our people. And we've been proudly serving them for over 100 years. Because at USAA, we take care of our own. Become a member today.
Taxes was chasing updates. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert, doing it all for you, so you can chase this feeling. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax.
Casey, I could sure use another door kicker.
I'll drive.
We do this job because others can't.
U.S. Marshal, don't move!
Guess the training wheels are off.
To the protectors.
Casey Duggan's new journey begins on Marshals, CBS Sunday, March 1st.
Texas Tech 24 advantage coming up on AT&T at the half. Brent Stover, Wally Zerbiak, John Henson, John Rothstein. Gets caught up on this game. Busy day across the country in college hoops. Coming up on AT&T at the half. There ain't no stopping JT Toppin.
I was waiting for you to use that reference. I was going to steal it and give you credit, but here's the thing. A matchup nightmare, 4.5 offensive rebounds per game. Anytime they can get into the lane and make him a threat, he is virtually impossible to stop with that left hand. But right here, Mengardak being a very good shot blocker, not against one of the best scorers in the interior in the country, an All-American for a reason.
Active players, double-doubles right near the top of the list. He comes in with 4 straight, the reigning Big 12 Player of the Week. He's 10 points in this game, 9 rebounds. So he almost has a double-double with still 4 minutes to play in this first half. Now the area to improve, the free throw line for Toppin, 47% from the line this season. That was Texas Tech's first free throw of the night.
Imagine if he could make free throws, how dangerous he would be.
And it was 21 a game without making half his free throws is insane.
You know, Coach McCasland talked about he put on 18 pounds this summer, and it's really been something that's helped him take his game to another level, if that's even possible, Chris.
Great scoop inside, but Watts can't finish. Do you think Fernando Lobo, the new AD at Colorado, he went up to JT Toppin before the game, just, you know, he's former New Mexico guys.
Yes.
JT Toppin began his career at New Mexico.
Hey, Chris Walker, don't forget, I was a New Mexico guy too, worked there for 2 years.
A lot of Lobos.
A lot of Lobos in this game.
Late shot clock as the water for Colorado has been cut off at the second portion of this first half. That one off the body of Caceres and out of bounds.
Texas Tech such a physical defensive team. They stay with the shooters in the corner, force Caceres to make a shot. Just being a stingy defensive team. And I'll tell you this, after that loss to Houston, I'm telling you right now, they were fired up to come in and play this game. They're playing very good right now.
Kingston Fleming's just hit clutch shot after clutch shot.
Another freshman that
game.
Yeah, I was going to say another freshman that a lot of people aren't talking enough about.
Toppin regathers. He has a double-double. That is his 10th rebound.
Can't do that.
You left open Atwell. How do you do it?
You can't do that. You know what I mean? You can't help off the shooter. I mean, that's just textbook basketball. Have the shooter feed to post. See if they're going to double. You want to double LaJuan Watts because he plays bully ball. You got to live with the 2 because that guy behind the line is automatic. 1-2 in red is automatic.
Texas Tech trailed this game 16-9. Down 7 early. This is their biggest lead. Toppin got a ball on it, and Watts rises. That elevator reached the next level.
They love it on the Texas Tech bench. See McCash, he's fired up. He was great to spend time with today. Really loves the team. And look at this effort right here, Chris. That's the way you used to Sky playing in noon ball at Syracuse back in the day.
Absolutely not. Ever since I injured my ankle trying to dunk once. Not anymore,
I cannot believe you just said that.
2:18 left first half. Right now, all Red Raiders.
I choose a Sleep Number smart bed.
Can it keep me warm when I'm cold?
Wait, no, I'm always hot.
Sleep Number does that.
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer? Sleep Number does that. Your ideal firmness and effortless comfort all night.
Can it help us sleep better and better?
Please.
Sleep Number does that. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Here in Boulder, CU Event Center holds 11,000. Great to hear that band going strong. And Tad Boyles had a good run this season, but they started 8-0. That 8-0 start was their best in 76 years. 10 non-conference wins was the most in 6.
Right now, it's time for the gauntlet. It's called the Big 12. They started off 2-0, which is great for this young team, as you referenced before. But they're playing one of the dogs in the league in Texas Tech. They get after you.
7 ranked teams in the Big 12 in the most recent AP poll. Slapped away from Hargris, and he's fouled. So here's Colorado and what they've been able to put together. We mentioned 8-0 for the first time in nearly forever. But then they lost 3 of their next 5.
Look at that right there.
Good start to Big 12 play, 2-0. Remember, last season, it took until their 14th game to win 1.
And it just, again, they hit the reset button, went out and did a great job recruiting. Got some really good freshmen, Ronchik and Dak. They improved, and bringing in, again, Hargis from the portal. They just have to find a way against this stingy Texas Tech team. You know what they're not getting? A second shot, and they're not getting easy looks. So they can't set their defense up. But this guy right here, again, that's what you need. Play some aggressive defense and get a turnover so you can run.
Time to help. And early in the game, it was a lot of this running, transition for Colorado because they got the stops.
But give Texas Tech credit. They're sprinting back right now, not giving up those easy shots they gave up early in the game.
Johnson's still scoreless. He averages 15.5 per game, leading scorer for the team who comes in off the bench. Sanders hacked and will head to the line.
Sanders is a driver, local kid from Denver. Dad was a football player at Eastern Washington. His brother played at Stanford. I mean, as I said before, all these guys. JT Toppin got a second foul. That's what they got to do. Obviously, it's a minute 13 to 33 to go to half. They're up 16, but getting him out of a game, trust me, is a welcome sight.
Yeah, they get him for his second on that most recent call. He plays 34 minutes a game. Really, the only thing that takes him out of games is foul trouble.
What they got to do as a mister, they got to continue to punish them in the paint, and hopefully they can get him in foul trouble and eat into that bench a bit.
Watts navigates like a running back through the hole, but off the back of the rim. Here comes Colorado.
And they really want to get up and down the floor. And transition defense is one of the hardest things to teach in college basketball. Give Texas Tech credit, but it's such a good defensive team. But taking advantage of the mismatch there is Hargris going against Watts.
Yeah, Lawan Watts is first.
Got to recognize the mismatches, and you have to attack. And this is what they do best as a team, is get to that foul line, and that makes up for the fact that they don't make a lot of three-point shots.
They make 20 free throws a game.
Best three-point shooting team in the Big 12. Every team has a recipe for winning. Texas Tech is obviously physical defensively and making threes. This team is an efficient offensive team, but they get to the foul line. They do what they do best. And here's the thing, Johnson hadn't scored.
That's the thing about Colorado. They have the advantage of altitude in the league. They have an advantage of tempo is the way they want to play. And they get to the line a lot. You think that could be a recipe to clip a team or two in Big 12 play? We mentioned you get test after test, night after night.
Yeah, it's a very difficult league to be in. As you mentioned, night after night, there are no games off. And this kid right here, he just finds a way. Look at that. Just, again, great defense by Dak, using his size and not fouling. And here they are running up and down the floor. The Buffaloes are stampeding.
Coach Boyle's team wanted that one to go. Sanders to try to close this half strong. Largest lead for Texas Tech was 16. That could have cut it to 11.
Yeah, they're going to say 6-second differential on the shot. They can get another chance to get an offensive play, but look for Christian Anderson to do what he does best right here.
Wants the screen from Leon Horner.
Got the mismatch.
Gets the switch. Likes this mismatch. Can't make him pay. Rebound volley to Ronchik grabs. 5 seconds left. Knocked away. It's Anderson. It's a three. And it goes!
Righteous!
How about that for an exclamation point? Christian Anderson.
The human highlight delivers once again. He made a long shot against Houston at the end of the game, and here he is again, Ronchik, the unfortunate turnover. And number 4, that's a 3-point shot, but they may start making 4-point shots for him if he keeps doing that, Chris.
That's maybe the reason he wears the number 4. Texas Tech up 16. And Brandon Baylor's with JT Toppin.
JT, first thing first, that shot by Christian, your thoughts on that?
Crazy shot. I know he's capable of making it, though. He's capable of making any shot, so I'm not surprised he made it.
The last 7 minutes, you guys are able to dominate. What needs to happen in the second half for you?
Just keep playing defense the way we are. We're getting the boards, we're playing heavy defense, and we're just staying together, so we've just been working so far.
All right, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Another double-double for Toppin. And took only about 17 minutes to do it at the end of the first half. It's Texas Tech in control. After the break, Brent Stover and our crew in New York. You're watching college basketball on CBS Sports Network, presented by Fresh Pet.
No nights off in the Big 12. Every matchup is personal. Every game is a battle. And everyone is coming for your spot. Bring that pressure right to the paint. Game on the line, clock winding down, fans on their feet. 30 years strong, and now we shine so bright they can't help but watch. This is where every month feels like March. This is Big 12 men's basketball. This is a different league.
I foster a lot of dogs. One time this Instacart shopper could tell I was really stressed out. 3 bottles of cleaner, food, paper towels, and then a slice of cake. She went out of her way to walk through it with me, which meant a lot. Instacart definitely makes everything feel less overwhelming.
Stand mixer for only $56.
There's millions of fast auctions and always something to win on DealDash.com. And today, new users get a $50 bonus credit. Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you'll save.
And shipping is always free.
I tried the new 100 milligram generic Viagra for only 87 cents from Friday Plans that everyone is talking about. I wanted to see if it's a scam. Here's what happened. I just had to fill out the online health form, which took me under 2 minutes, and a licensed doctor approved me for a free prescription the same day. They even included free 3-day discreet shipping right to my door. I tried my first tablet, and within 30 minutes, it was working as well as the name brand. My wife can't stop smiling, and my confidence is through the roof. Scan the QR code or go to grabfridayplans.com to try it for yourself. I still can't believe I got 9 tablets of 100 milligram generic Viagra for just $7. I feel like I'm in my 20s again. My wife even told me, "You're like a whole new man." Don't wait as long as I did. It is the best $7 I have ever spent. Scan the QR code or go to grabfridayplans.com right now to get yours before this deal runs out.
This is AT&T at the half. Connecting changes everything.
Welcome inside our New York studios, AT&T at the half. Good morning on the Big 12. John Henson, John Rothstein, Wally Zerbiak, I'm Brent Stover. Texas Tech on the road, up by 16.
Yeah, started off a little rough. You would be worried about a letdown coming off that tough Houston loss. Was down 16-9, and then they just shored it up defensively, holding Colorado to 34% for the half, 1 for 6 for the last 7 shots. And also, JT Toppin, can't forget about the All-American. Double-double the first half, 5 offensive rebounds. That's what you do when your team is down. You put your team on your back, and you settle them down. He looks really good this first half, and Texas Tech is rolling.
Toppin got 11. Atwell has 11. They are shooting 47% from the field, hit 8 threes, up 43-27. Let's stay in the Big 12. Number 1 team in the country, Arizona, off to their best start since beginning the 13-14 season when they started 21-0. This afternoon, they took a streak of 10 straight wins by at least 18 points into Fort Worth. Remember, TCU had that absolute meltdown against KU. Now they come back and just get blitzed after that shot. It's 53-34, Wolf.
Welcome to the Big 12. I'll tell you, Arizona, another three there. Anthony Del Rosso drills the triple. They were up big most of this game. Koa Pete, the fantastic freshman, the big finish. I think Arizona cemented themselves as the best team in college basketball after that Michigan loss today.
Meantime, Cyclones looking for 16 straight for the first time in program history, John.
It's a lot easier to get to that when you've got Milan Momcilovic having an all Big 12 caliber season. But the Cowboys have some giddy up, Brent. Thanks to Anthony Roy, this team can really, really score. But at Hilton Coliseum, you need more than offense. Joshua Jefferson playing like an All-American, carving up the defense in that play. Clones roll.
All right, John Henson, North Carolina, your alma mater, taking on Wake Forest.
Ups in, Derek Dixon mixes a layup. Caleb Wilson hammers it home. The second chance attempt. Now up 57-48. Seth Trimble hits Jaren Stevenson for the dunk. Tar Heels up 59-48. Now up 11, or actually 9. Trimble tosses the alley-oop to Henry Visar. Tar Heels up 64-53.
Now 73-65. Stephen Pearl back against the wall. Got to get a win home against Arkansas.
Yeah, Auburn on the break. Keyshawn Hall throws down the big hammer slam. Tigers up 17. They continue to pour it on. Arkansas taking a snow day early on in January here. Keyshawn Hall wide open, hit the three, and then Keyshawn Hall again with the bucket. Yeah, that's definitely a snow day. 79-55.
We both stole a Rothstein line in a matter of 12 seconds. Big Ten next. What a game between Nebraska and Indiana. What a game on CBS. Michigan trying to remain unbeaten against the Badgers.
This is Freshpet. Here, there are no fillers, no spray-on flavors. There are no cut corners, no easy ways out. Just vet-developed recipes packed with fresh meat and healthy veggies. Because real, fresh, healthy food belongs in everybody's bowl. Freshpet, healthy food fresh from the fridge.
At FanDuel, we know how great it is to celebrate a win. And we want everyone to celebrate this NFL season. That's why we're giving away over $1 million in prizes with FanDuel free-to-play games. So lace up those dancing shoes. Because with FanDuel, you can feel like a winner after every play. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
Those who served, their spouses and children, and the generations that follow. Those are our people, and we've been proudly serving them for over 100 years. Because at USAA, we take care of our own. Become a member today.
Reese's meets Oreo. Now you meet our Reese's Oreo Cups. It's the collab everyone's been asking for. Who knew giving in to peer pressure could taste this good? Oh wait, guess you did.
Some men, they mask their problems. But a man to man gets the job done right. Man works a full shift, and others clock out at noon. They act like they got swagger, but they stink at what they're doing. Mando stops bacteria living rent-free in your pits.
We need some help.
I know. I'm going to CashNetUSA.com. And if approved, we can have the money in our account as soon as the same business day.
Go to CashNetUSA.com to apply for the money you need.
Welcome back, AT&T at the half. John, you said he had more time, but he didn't really care here.
He didn't care, but Christian Anderson picking up the crouton off the floor, puts it in. Texas Tech by 16 in Boulder.
Cameron Indoor. It's SMU ranked number 24 and number 6 Duke, John Ross.
Yeah, but no Boopy Miller due to an illness for SMU. Still a close game. Cam Boozer absorbs contact and finishes. 5-point lead late for the Blue Devils, but we would not see SMU go quietly tonight. Jaden Toombs with the shooter's touch. It's 73-70, but then Isaiah Evans going to drop the critical three-point shot. Duke still just one loss.
Big Ten on CBS. Wisconsin, number 2 Michigan in an absolute classic.
It was a classic. Felt like a Final Four Elite Eight game. Nolan Winter knocks down the three. Badgers come all the way back. They were down early to take the three-point lead. Elliot Cadeau shooting the rock. He had 19 points all in the second half. Game tied at 65 off the offensive rebound. Andrew Rohde knocks down the corner three, and Wisconsin not looking back. Roddy Gale Jr. down 3, last chance to tie, can't get it to go. Wisconsin pulls off a massive road win at Michigan.
First loss for Michigan. Nebraska unbeaten still, but Lamar Wilkerson drills a 3-and-1. He had 32. Indiana up 16. Huskers come storming back.
Huskers do respond in transition. Jamarcus Lawrence stops and pops from downtown. He had a career high 27 points, under 4 to go. Huskers up 6. Braden Frager launches a Nelson contested triple. And then the exclamation point, Rink Mass joins the three-point brigade. Huskers stay undefeated in a road win over Indiana.
Drama there. How about Tennessee on the road against Florida? Not much drama here,
This
JR.
was the best game that Boogie Fland has played as a Florida Gator, playing with so much confidence. You saw the in-between game. How about the long ball? Fland was efficient. So was Florida. A terrific performance. Alex Condon dropping the hammer. Champs played like champs today.
23 you mentioned for Fland, 6 in double figures for the Gators. John Henson, you get the first kick at the can here. There's a lot to digest there. What's your biggest headline?
I'm going to answer the snow day, right? Auburn up 20 points against Arkansas. You know, it seems like this Calipari team, we don't know what we're going to get from time to time. I figured they would probably struggle. That's just how it's been for, a young backcourt coming off a big win. So credit to Auburn. Backs against the wall, 0-2, fighting for their tournament lives.
Yeah. I'm going Wisconsin. What a win. Nick Boyd was outstanding. They really exposed Michigan defensively, stretching the three-point line with their bigs. That was a big-time performance, maybe one of the top 2 wins of the year for any team.
This feels like Rocky IV looking at Michigan. The Russians cut.
Yes.
And it's a bad cut.
Yes.
Cut. He's not a machine. He's a man.
Well done. Second half in Boulder, Colorado. Uphill climb coming for the Buffs. We'll see if they can do it. Enjoy.
Thank you for watching AT&T at the Half.
I wish we could actually catch up.
Here, now you can. Over this new DiGiorno wood-fired style pizza with crispy, airy wood-fired style crust. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
Those who served, their spouses and children, and the generations that follow, those are our people. And we've been proudly serving them for over 100 years. Because at USAA, we, for over 100 years. Because at USAA, we take care of our own,
Me for a free prescription the same day. They even included free 3-day discreet shipping right to my door. I tried my first tablet, and within 30 minutes, it was working as well as the name brand. My wife can't stop smiling, and my confidence is through the roof. Scan the QR code or go to grabfridayplans.com to try it for yourself. I still can't believe I got 9 tablets of 100 milligram generic Viagra for just $7. I feel like I'm in my 20s again. My wife even told me, "You're like a whole new man." Don't wait as long as I did. It is the best $7 I have ever spent. Scan the QR code or go to grabfridayplans.com right now to get yours before this deal runs out.
Oh my God, I won. Guys, I just saw someone win an iPad for under $10.
I got this amazing Japanese knife set for just 75 cents.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56.
There's millions of fast auctions and always something to win on DealDash.com. And today, new users get a $50 bonus credit. Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you'll save.
And shipping is always free.
You're watching college basketball on CBS Sports Network, presented by Fresh Pet. As you see the first half stats, and Texas Tech ate it up from deep, especially in that back portion of that first half. Made 8 in total in the game's first 20 minutes, and they have control. Alongside Chris Walker, I'm Chris Lewis. Brandon Baylor, he's with us as well. So we started the game talking about duos, not us two as a duo, but JT Toppin has led the duo with Christian Anderson at Texas Tech.
Yeah, he's absolutely been superb, and here's the thing. They're going to have some adjustments. They're going to find out what they're going to do against this stingy defense of Texas Tech, but JT Toppin and Christian Anderson have been a nightmare for them thus far.
All right, let's see how they've been able to put it together in the first half. For JT Toppin, it's the usual on the interior, getting offensive rebounds and finding the scoring column off great passes.
Yeah, you're right about that. And again, they find him, and he's getting to his spots. He has not been uncomfortable yet. You see us scoring over the outstretched arms of Dak, and this guy right here, human highlight, Christian Anderson, he has been great. Leads the Big 12 in assists, always has a heads up, plays as a team player, Chris. Again, when he can get in the lane and navigate like that, and when he does stuff like this, you telling me right now, this is not one of the best players in the country.
For what we learned at halftime, let's check in with Brandon.
Yeah, Chris, I had a chance to speak to Colorado coming out, and as you can imagine, coach was not too happy. Asked him, what is the formula for the second half? What was the message? He said, stop the three-point shooting. That's something that he mentioned, of course, early in the game, that they need to improve in the second half. On top of that, he also mentioned that, look, we are a young team, but he told us earlier this morning that when it comes to this team, they're not scared, so he just needs to see more impact in this second half.
Well, right on top of your point, Brandon, 5 freshmen in the rotation for Colorado, although no Jalen Holland in this game. He's out with an injury, but still, that's just so much youth against a team of veteran experience that was in the Elite 8 a season ago, led by JT Toppin.
You're coming again. We're talking about him in the break, and right away, coming off that ball screen, dropping it to him. You know, not playing zone, playing man now. They're going right to their go-to guy. And Chris, to your point, this is an anomaly of a team in college basketball right now. Playing with 5 freshmen, you just don't see it in the era of the portal.
Coach Boyle went into his roster building philosophy in this day and age with us in the pregame. Missed layup in transition for Anderson, but a great rebound by Atwell to save possession. Is open for 3. What? Wow!
You're seeing the physicality, the difference in the physicality. You're talking about a Texas Tech team who's got a bad taste in their mouth of what happened in Houston. They're taking it out on these Buffs right now.
Right now, it's Texas Tech, their largest lead of the game, a 20-point advantage.
One thing you always talk about, hey man, it's easy to say we're scoring transition. You got to get a rebound and you got to stop them, which is difficult. But here again, they're giving Colorado a 1-shot game. So when they miss, they can't even get a second shot, which is making it very, very difficult when this Texas Tech team is firing on all cylinders.
3 players for Texas Tech in double figures scoring. We mentioned Anderson and Toppin, Atwell as well. Watts wants 3. Well short, but of course it's Atwell. Toppin rises. Rashi comes down with the ball. And there's the foul. They call Toppin for his 3rd, so that's a key call.
It certainly was a key call, and Toppin probably should have let him have it. He probably got away with one and should have let him have it the second time, going up for the rebound. That could have been a foul right there. They didn't call it, but now you get away. You get away, get up down the floor. You mean too much to your team, and now you see having to come out of the game.
So he comes out, and we mentioned before the game, Mariel Agwinchuk, who's only played in 4 games this season for Texas Tech. The last time he took the court was back on November 21st against Purdue. He's been out with a lower body injury. He's in the game here, relieving Toppin.
Yeah, they're going to need, again, big minutes right now in this game. You know, it's good for him to come in, and they're up 20. So there's not a lot of pressure on him to see him if they try to attack him.
Dak short, but you can play a little more loose. Watts, transition catch, looking like a receiver.
It's the game. Again, sometimes you have to punch the bully right away. Colorado want to come out and play up and down, and Texas Tech is doing just that.
The young Buffs.
That's a foul.
Couple of hands to the body. You're all over it, Chris Walker. And that is a foul.
That's that former player in me. I just can't say it. I mean, somebody's got to get back. You see right there, Johnson, he was back, but not quick enough. And the bigger, experienced Watts, this kid right here, man, you're talking about a lot. So much talk is about Anderson and Toppin. Don't forget about Lawan Watts. He is a really good player as well. And as I said, he plays that Darion Williams role last year, and he might be just an effective offensive player.
Digs down there that time to cause a turnover. A preseason newcomer of the year in the conference. That's supposed to be really that number 2. But the pleasant surprise of Anderson has been the second scorer. And also a great playmaker. Just drops it off to the rolling of Wenthook. And he'll head to the free throw line. And that has to feel good for the big man at 6'11".
You're certainly right about that. And here's, look at that defense right here, coming right in there and helping, right? Just digging in and making it tough for Johnson, who's their leading scorer and has not scored. So, again, you don't want frustration to set in. You got to just be composed. But at some point, against a very good Texas Tech team, Colorado's got to make a run. They got to make a stand, shall I say.
And there's a Wenthook. You hear the Texas Tech bench. They are up. They know what the big man, the freshman from Edmonton, has had to go through to get back on the court. A lower body injury late November. Misses the second free throw.
Just give them an extra body inside, and with Toppin. If you're going to attack Texas Tech, you have to get Toppin in foul trouble. And if they don't have an answer, that's what this young man can do.
Isaiah Johnson knifes inside.
It's really crafty for a kid his age. Credit being around his dad and around him training guys like LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. And there's a foul there by Atwell, being aggressive. Here he is again. The question is, where's the help right here? No one there reaching in. He's done a really good job, as you say, snaking to the rim, and they did a lot more of that right now.
Yeah, he's learned all the tricks. And his dad, Chris, we talked about it, renowned skills trainer working with NBA legends. And he was playing pickup games with NBA greats at 10 years old. This guy, talk about not being fazed by playing against grown men.
Not being fazed, and your mom is probably watching. Let's not just give dad all the credit. She was a hooper as well, so double trouble in that household.
Petty for 3, front rim. Dad, A&M Kingsville, mom, UT, Rio Grande Valley. So being around basketball is definitely not something new for Isaiah Johnson. It's been since birth.
And I'll give him credit. Picking a school like Colorado, Tag Ball is known for really developing players. They honored Alex Burks, who was a first-round draft pick, a great player here at Colorado. And he knows the kind of guys he wants to play for your program. One thing a lot of coaches make a mistake, they try to go out and recruit all types of different players that don't fit their culture. Tad Ball is going to bring guys in, good kids, good families that fit his culture and want to be a part of a winning situation.
Just saw Toppin come back in. We were talking with Boyle about that roster building. He says confident in his ability to evaluate. They've done it. Develop. They've done it. You mentioned, going back, Colorado, they've had great success stories in the NBA, Alex Burks being one of them. Retention is just going to be the key, especially when, again, you have 5 freshmen in your rotation. You can see the bright future, but again, it starts with, can you keep your roster together?
You're right, and like you said, you're not going to be able to keep them all, but you got to do a really good job of roster retention. Of John Rothstein's in the studio. That's one of the phrases he's coined.
Anderson got the first step, turned the corner. Hargress is guilty of his second foul. 50-29, Texas Tech.
After 85 years, the Jeep brand is still keeping it fresh, bringing you more choices, more features, and even more adventure for everyone. Start your adventure today with a great deal on a new Jeep brand vehicle. Jeep, there's only one.
Right now, well-qualified lessees can lease the 2026 Jeep Wrangler Sport S-Gas model for $359 a month. Hurry, this great offer ends February 2nd. Visit your local Jeep brand dealer.
Nature's Bounty.
Your body uses magnesium in over 300 reactions.
Nature's Bounty supplements your whole body health with high absorption magnesium. Nature's Bounty, it's in your nature.
You want to file free? Hit it.
One thing I've noticed about football fans is they all talk like the players can actually hear them.
Proud of you.
But when you have Geico Insurance, you'll always be heard.
There you go. That's how you run inside zone.
Anything for you, bud.
It feels good to be heard. It feels good to Geico.
Earlier on in this game, in a stoppage, is Alec Burks being honored with his jersey being retired. The Colorado great, his number 10, now up near the rafters. And yes, he could put up buckets in the NBA. 14 years there with 8 different teams. He was doing it at Colorado before everybody knew his name at the next level.
Listen, that's what we're talking about with this Tadball program. Guys like him coming in and making an impact. And Colorado's not one of those teams you think has a lot of pros, but they got some guys. You start going through the NBA, you know, Derek White is one of them you don't think about, right? But he was a buff, started out at a lower level, Division II, and transferred in, and they have done a really good job. They got Simpson. Remember the one you had 3 pro? You had the
Spencer Dinwiddie, another guy who's a guard.
Williams. I mean, they got some guys, and they've done a good job sneakily in this. And then one thing about it, helps them get those type of players, other than the development, being a great league like the Big 12, having an opportunity to play at this fine school. It ain't just about football here with Deion, just so people know.
Coach Prime has the fans excited, but they have a long basketball history as well. Now, we just saw Alec Burks there. By the way, that picture of him being young, like that's a great throwback picture that we had on the screen. But
baby face.
I have to imagine, right? He might be able to get a 10-day. At some point later on in the season, right? He can still score. In the NBA, you still need scorers. From the corner, Sebastian Ranchik.
Like I said, he went 0 for 5 in the last game. He can knock that shot down. You're talking about an elite-level player. He's been great scoring. Now they're getting after him in the full court. Got to increase the pressure of this game, and hopefully they can get some steals.
If you're just joining us, it was Colorado that got off to the roaring start at home. They led it at one point 16-9. Great drop off, top and set it up, and Tyree Bryant hammers.
You cannot allow them to get that free pass into the crease of the defense because there's no one to guard the dunker spot because guys are stretched trying to guard shooters. Once you get in the middle of that lane, you have to drop, but you're worried about the shooters. A paradox, a tough situation, shall I say, for the Buffs.
It's a pick your poison turnover, Colorado. We revisit the dunk.
You see right there, just watch that area right there, dropping it right there. Once they get to the middle, it's tough because you're guarding probably the best player, one of the best players in the country. You're trying to honor him, but at the same time, there's no one there in the dunker spot.
Just highlights what Grant McCasland, Texas Tech's head coach, said this week as Toppin turns it over. Just about 60% of what they can be, thanks to the injuries that they've had along the way. Felix Caceres scores in transition, the freshman.
I'll give Talboy credit. Again, as I said, in that zone, it's a chippy foul right there. We won't foul him that far away. But changing to man-to-man instead of playing zone, Texas Tech is carving them up. Getting a steal there in transition. Got to sprint back. Good job there by Caceres and just getting up and down the floor and finishing. Points off turnovers are huge because they're going to need a lot of those to come back against a good team like this. But they're at home, so we'll see what happens.
It was Texas Tech, remember, they had the big comeback against Duke and their biggest win of the year. They were down 17 in the second half. Can't leave open Jalen Petty. He's a 40% three-point shooter.
But it's the point that I made before. You got to draw that up. Yep. Again, Ranchik dove down to take away the dunk down, and you left Petty, a very dangerous shooter, wide open.
So many options of how to attack a defense.
Really good job coaching offense by the Red Raiders. Tough shot.
Jalen Petty making his 4th start of the season delivers. Christian Andrews Anderson climbs up. Yeah, on your head.
Oh, my goodness. Definitely got to get a timeout.
All smiles for the Red Raiders. Christian Anderson's not just a shooter. He has bunnies as well.
Righteous fly-in from the ATL. Mr. Anderson, do your thing, boy.
I wish we could actually catch up.
Here, now you can. Over this new DiGiorno wood-fired style pizza with crispy, airy wood-fired style crust. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
This road, that road, with T-Mobile, you're covered either way. On the largest satellite to mobile network, you're connected. And where do I leave my truck?
Ricola Max Throat Care, a liquid center with powerful menthol for our fastest throat relief.
Ricola.
Oh, I'll have another. Make it a double.
Dad, Mom thinks she's at a resort again.
Yeah, she told me.
When you'd rather not resort to a virtual resort,
This is much better in real life.
it matters where you stay.
Looking good, babe.
Book your spring break travel now. Hilton for the stay.
Those who served, their spouses and children, and the generations that follow, those are our people. And we've been proudly serving them for over 100 years. Because at USAA, we take care of our own. Become a member today.
At Dots, an ordinary pretzel just isn't enough, so they add savory seasoning and tempting buttery flavor into every delicious twist. Now that's enough to make you build an all-pretzel pantry with a biometric security system. Dots, sensationally seasoned pretzels.
Tomorrow, noon Eastern, catch a double dose. Women's college hoops, George Washington, George Mason, followed by Duquesne, head-to-head against VCU. That's at 2. Right here at CBS Sports Network. And Zahira Walton, the 2024 A10 Rookie of the Year. She can play some defense as well. Averaging 19.5 points per game this season for George Mason. All right, time for the former coach at Texas Tech to dial in to explain how they're getting these open looks.
Listen, you're talking about that's that read option, as you say in football, right? He's got the option to go here. He's got the option to go there. He reads it, Bunchen goes down, does a great job. He's doing his job, but guess who you leave open? You leave open Petty, who's extremely dangerous, just made 5 threes versus the University of Houston. Just a very tough cover playing these guys zone because they shoot the ball so well, and you have a weapon like Toppin inside. This team is very, very good. Watching them on TV is scary, but watching them up close is even scarier when they're clicking on all cylinders offensively.
Ready for some wild card action on CBS tomorrow, 1 o'clock at the Bills. Jaguars going at it.
Are you doing one of those games? I know you're the NFL guy, so.
Nah, not quite. Not yet.
Not yet.
Dance,
I got
Tony
you.
Romo, Tracy Wolfson. They got that taken care
Your
of.
Panthers.
My Panthers, not my Panthers.
You're from Charlotte.
I
Your
live in
Panthers.
Charlotte. As Johnson leading and draws the contacts. And he'll head to the free throw line for 3.
Yeah, just not a good defensive possession by fouling him. He was already in a tough situation, and you bailed him out, put him on the line for 3. Don't you live in Charlotte? I'm just
I'm not just going to claim a team. No, I'm not going to claim. I'm not going to be that guy, the front runner. If I'm not going to claim them when they're struggling, I can't claim them when they're doing well.
Oh, you still claiming Syracuse? I just want to know.
They still got some work to do. They won today, though, by the way.
There you go. Red Archery. That's a shout out to you. My bad, Red. That would just be
Isaiah Johnson at the line. He's an 81% free throw shooter.
And there's so much talk about all the freshmen in the country. Kingston Fleming being one of them. I mean, he's just superb in this league. And Johnson coming off the bench and scoring the way he scored. And, you know, they went on a trip to Australia. And the first game they played in Australia, against great competition, he led them in scoring. They knew then what they had.
I think part of what helped him out is that he was on the set of Space Jam 2.
Well, there you go.
The NBA players were there. And
it's good to know friends, right?
Them. Yeah,
it's good. That's why I know you. I mean,
you're the one who can get me into all kinds of doors. I can't help you at all in that category. Corner three, Atwell from the corner. And it's off the fingertips of Bryant and out of bounds.
Another long rebound. Bryant couldn't hold on to it, but give Texas Tech credit. They go to the glass with reckless abandon. 12 minutes to go. Buff's got to get some rhythm going offensively. Got to score against this stingy defense of the Red Raiders.
Petty defending, this dribbling handle display by Johnson to set up the corner shooter. Sanders, no.
And again, they always talk about draw the X's on offense, but the question is, what can the X's do, right? And unfortunately, Sanders is not a three-point shooter, so they'd much rather take Johnson away.
Anderson stops the dribble, leaves Atwell off the mark. Rebound hit by Toppin, can't get it to go.
Toppin just seems like he's always getting his hands on the ball. This kid right here, transition, he's pretty good for his size.
Kind of a do-it-all player as Atwell gets called for the foul. Third foul on Atwell, and Texas Tech, the 14th ranked team in the country, looking strong on the road.
I wish we could actually catch up.
Here, now you can, over this new DiGiorno wood-fired style pizza with crispy, airy wood-fired style crust. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
This road, that road, with T-Mobile, you're covered either way. On the largest satellite to mobile network, you're connected. And where do I leave my truck?
Ricola Max Throat Care, a liquid center with powerful menthol for our fastest throat relief.
Ricola. When a shopping cart smashed my headlight, we worried we'd have to fight to get paid for such a small claim.
And life would revolve around the shopping cart. That never happened. Geico got it fixed fast.
It feels good to get going again. It feels good to Geico.
At Doth's, an ordinary pretzel just isn't enough. So they add savory seasoning and tempting buttery flavor into every delicious twist. Now that's enough to make you order a special delivery.
That seems like a lot.
They're really good. Doth's, sensationally seasoned pretzels.
You're watching college basketball on CBS Sports Network, presented by Fresh Pets. With Texas Tech leading, look around the Big 12. We've highlighted a few times, 7 teams ranked. It's the deepest conference right now in college basketball. And you have teams that are on winning streaks, 4 of them. Houston joining the marks of the teams that have those long winning streaks. A.J. Debonta, what more can you say about a freshman who just produces gaudy numbers game in and game out? But J.T. Toppin, the reigning player of the year in the league, is now the reigning Big 12 player of the week. Double-double again in this game. It took him just about 17 minutes to do so.
Half man, half machine. That's all I got to say. Like, he is virtually unstoppable, humble, you know, and calls himself a D-A-W-G, shall I say, a dog. And I'm telling you right now, he is doggone hard to stop when he's going at a high level in a game like this. He is imposing his will, and Colorado's got to find a way to get a rhythm going. 12 minutes to go for eternity in college basketball, and they're at home. They got to get the crowd in this game, Chris. They're going to have a chance to get back.
Elijah Malone is back in for Colorado, stops his tracks and banks it in for his first 2 points of the game.
See who they went at, right?
So right at the freshman who's in.
Windtuck went right at him, make him test that foot speed. That was far too easy.
Anderson draws the help of 2. Watts, floater. Rebound 6. So Gwen knocked away. And Gwentook gets it back and tries to spin it in. He's fouled. Gwentook, who's making his first appearance since late November, will head back to the line.
I mean, this happened because, again, they're trying to double and put pressure, take the ball out of Christian Anderson's hands. So Lawan Watts has a free pass to the rim, good defense, but unfortunately you leave Quintook, a big body inside, a free pass to get an offensive rebound. We'll see if he can knock these down. The crowd is into it. Chris, you look at that crowd now. Could you make a free throw? I've seen you. I've seen your arm. You're confident you can make a free throw into that crowd.
I can make it.
That looks very tough right there to make a shot.
Miss both. Crowd does their job. No, I don't think I have a shot, actually. That looks a little more intimidating than I would have thought.
As they say, I'll put some on.
Beware of Buffalo was the sign that made me the most nervous. Quintook started the opener for Texas Tech. Only started of the season.
See, Sanders thought about it. So let me get it down to the big fella. Oh, good spin move.
Incredible spin. The experienced senior takes advantage of the freshman. That is Post Malone.
you brought that one out your pocket, buddy. But right here, again, going at the freshman, Quintook took him right to the rim. Malone, low center of gravity, no problem with that. He knows how to use angles. A quiet leader, as they call him. Not like to talk much. Does it all with his play on the court.
81% free throw shooter, misses. I do like the song Sunflower, Post Malone. That's probably my favorite one.
Oh, yeah. Spider-Man movie.
Yeah,
Spider-Man movie. I think I knew that, didn't you?
I know you're on your game.
I got a 2-year-old.
Not much of a movie guy, but
I got a 2-year-old.
Anderson sidesteps in the aggressive hedge. Elijah Malone. And he's guilty of the foul. From LaGrange, Indiana, he was the NAIA Player of the Year going back in 2024 at Grace College.
They're coming from everywhere. Again, college basketball is being reinvented. I mean, there were times I've coached for 20-plus years in college basketball and recruited. You would never think of bringing Division II players or bringing NAIA players up. And there are a lot of coaches, think about Josh Schertz at St. Louis, Coach McCullum at Iowa, that have shown you that this is possible. And even see what Coach Nettie has done at Indiana in football, bringing players from JMU, Chris.
Yeah, St. Louis earlier this week on CBS Sports Network, winners against VCU on the road with Josh Schertz leading the way. Their first ever win at VCU.
Huge win. That is a very tough place to play. Big time win.
A lot of physicality as Sanders chisels. Anderson turns the corner, lefty scoop, oh yeah.
I mean, just got his head up like the road runner. Meet me, and you stop and go and just get into the rim. This kid is so smart. I think he has a chance to play at the next level because he can really shoot it. More importantly, he's elusive and he can play the point guard spot.
15 points on the game. Watts called. That is 4 personals on Lawan Watts.
Got to get back in transition. No one there again. Got to sprint back. Sanders got to sprint back. He's got to help the big guy out. You see him try to push Malone, and there's just no one there. You have to. The problem is because Texas Tech can make threes, everyone's peppered around the perimeter, and they're not running back to the paint. When I coached and played, you got to run back to the paint.
Yep.
Right? Not anymore. Guy shoots threes in transition.
That's the whole thing. But I still, as a fan watching games at home, sometimes get frustrated with, 3-on-2 fast break and we're settling for a wing 3, right? Like that used to be, we get a layup.
Yeah, you see Watts in foul trouble there, sitting down. It's not the game anymore. And if you watch the best league in the world, the NBA, that's all they do.
Yes. Bang got Dak, second free throw, back rim. See the foul trouble. Watts picked up his 4th, Toppin still with 3s when heading in Atwell in that category for the Red Raiders. Still a comfortable 18-point lead.
You're right. They got to dig in. The foul trouble is huge. They got to get those guys off the floor, dig into their bench, which is what the Buffs do well. Good job doubling. Don't foul. They can't foul him.
Anderson, he likes these late clock situations.
Great defensive possession there.
Through the hands of Toppin. Johnson accelerates, navigates, and gets fouled.
A very good possession. They doubled Anderson, which what I thought they should have been doing. A very all game, shall I say, make him give the ball up and make them make tough shots, and they have to scramble out of rotations. And Chris Johnson, I'm telling you, he gets to his left hand. He is very, very fast.
That's the 4th foul on Atwell. So as we talk about Texas Tech, with Johnson at the line for Colorado, we are 64 days until Selection Sunday. Horner comes in as Atwell out with the 4 fouls. But that foul trouble, as we think about the NCAA tournament, and Texas Tech, at least right now, not as deep as maybe they hope to be later on. They get a couple of guys back in their front court. But could that be a thing that in that single elimination format that you could fear?
100%. And here's the thing in college basketball, you only play like 8 guys anyway, maybe 7. You know, they just got to have the right 2 off the bench. And you're going to play your best players most of the time anyway. You know what I mean? They just got to have some legitimate guys like Tyrese Bryant coming off the bench, making shots. That will be certainly helpful. There he is right there.
Whistle on the rebound. It's a loose ball foul on Texas Tech. Leon Horner was in the area.
And Tyree Bryant, again, got to knock that
They actually
shot
get
down.
Toppin, excuse me, I want to correct that. Toppin's 4th.
You just referenced, will that be something that hurt them? Tech won for their last 8. Now Toppin has come out of the game. Quinta possibly have to come back in, or they stay small.
And right now, pretty much the only forward in the game is Toppin. So yeah, these are the decisions that Grant McCaslin has to make. With still 9 minutes left, this one far from over. Texas Tech 10 team fouls, so it means the double bonus going forward the rest of the way for Colorado.
Hey.
So they changed that foul to Horner. I said Horner at the beginning. That's who I thought they got.
Right.
The initial indication after that was Toppin, but no, they corrected it and said Horner is indeed the one with the foul. So it's his 1st instead of Toppin's 4th.
Fans did not like that. But Chris, you mentioned that, you know, foul trouble. Will that be something that hurt them? Let's not forget, right before Christmas, Madison Square Garden, what they did.
Yeah.
With a lot of guys being hurt, a lot of guys being in foul trouble. Grant McCaslin shows his excellence as a coach, and they beat one of the best teams in the country.
As loud as this crowd has been in the second half, thanks to the 12-2 run for the silencer, Bryant off the mark. Both teams fight for it on the baseline. It'll stay with Texas Tech. 8:38 to go in half 2.
Great job doubling, forcing, again, Anderson to give the ball up, rotations, did a great job of sprinting out on Petty. And I said before, Bryant's got to knock that shot down. He's been struggling. He has made one today, but that's what you want to happen. You're not going to let the Stars beat you.
Petty around the screen. They leave open Bryant again. Turns down the 3-point look. Shot clock at 7. This is Anderson. He sees 2. Rifles a bounce pass to Toppin, who is fouled underneath. That was a dazzling feed from Anderson to find his big in the 2-man game. McKaylee, the foul is 2nd.
He just dived to the rim. You see him right there, just dive to the rim. The rotation by Johnson is late. Number 2 late. You see coming right there. No one's just getting over there. Not quick enough, shall I say, to get over there. And having to guard Christian Anderson off that ball screen is tough. But you mentioned 47% from the line and shooting to that crowd that you say you can make free throws in.
I think I could go
Look
one
at
of
that.
2 right now. No, it's tough. You got Bananas.
You got the AD's face.
They had to get that one done recently with new AD Lobo. But Toppin, the former Lobo, splits.
They're trying to get into it. They're trying to give them some energy. The Buffs have to give them a reason to get into it. And this is a good place to start on this side of the floor. JT Toppin.
That is foul number 4. Excuse me. Remember, he had 3.
Yeah, right.
They gave him 1, took it back. So that is 4. But still, you commit that one 25 feet away.
You see Coach McCaslin, as soon as he did it, he just stretched his arms out and say, why?
And Grant McCaslin calls timeout. Colorado clawing back in it at home.
Nature's Bounty.
Your body uses magnesium in over 300 reactions.
Nature's Bounty supplements your whole body health with high absorption magnesium. Nature's Bounty, it's in your nature.
Those who served, their spouses and children, and the generations that follow, those are our people. And we've been proudly serving them for over 100 years. Because at USAA, we take care of our own. Become a member today.
At Dots, an ordinary pretzel just isn't enough. So they add savory seasoning and tempting buttery flavor into every delicious twist. Now that's enough to make you order a special delivery.
That seems like a lot.
They're really good.
Dots, sensationally seasoned pretzels.
Taxes was chasing updates. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert, doing it all for you, so you can chase this feeling. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax.
With all these Hilton Honors points, I could stay for free. At the Waldorf Astoria in the Maldives. What about the Canopy in Paris?
Hilton Honors, babe. When you want points that can take you anywhere, anytime, it matters where you stay. Hilton, for the stay.
So I got this friend that said T-Mobile's network used to suck. His words. But things change. It turns out that now T-Mobile has the best network by like a lot. Hey dude, you won't believe where I am.
Top 15 team on the road here on CBS Sports Network. They played the front-running role, Texas Tech, most of the way. But Colorado showing fight here in this second half. You can see this 12-3 run, some of the numbers. It's really been a defensively driven run for the Buffaloes.
Certainly has, and they have to continue to dig in and do it. Toppin being out of the game is a serious situation for the Red Raiders, and Watts coming in. And if I were them, I would go right at Watts and try to get Watts another foul as well. And you have to play the long game. And here's the thing about the Buffs: if they can tighten it up, the one thing they do well is make free throws. They don't make threes, but they make free throws, have some quality possessions, and attack the paint.
With Johnson at the line, good shooter for Colorado. Texas Tech foul trouble. If you're just joining us, starting 3, 4, and 5. Outwell, Watts, Toppin, all with 4.
You can just feel this game tighten up. 13 points. Crowd is into it. Evan Batty, the former player over there from Colorado, you see him up. Imploring these guys to get into it.
Texas Tech just 1 for their last 8 from the floor, making 1 for their last 9 in the second half from 3. Siebel on the baseline, but it rolls out of bounds. It's a Texas Tech turnover. Horner can't get on the same page with Watts.
Give Tad Boyle credit. They've made an adjustment. They're trapping Anderson, taking him out of the game. On the pass and the rotation out, Texas Tech hasn't handled it well. I thought Dak got there late on the rotation, but really good job by them recovering and just making it tough. Red Raiders are a little bit shook right now.
You said during the stoppage, if Colorado could find some offense just like that, look out. McKaylee off the dive from Hargress. Timeout.
Colorado on a roll. The Stampede is coming. Michaelis knocking down the shot.
I foster a lot of dogs. One time this Instacart shopper could tell I was really stressed out. 3 bottles of cleaner, food, paper towels, and then a slice of cake. She went out of her way to walk through it with me, which meant a lot. Instacart definitely makes everything feel less overwhelming.
It was a lead as large as 24 earlier in the second half for Texas Tech. It's down to 11, being outscored the Red Raiders by 5 now here in the second half. Now, Seawalk with Toppin, we mentioned, on the bench with 4 fouls. Where does Texas Tech go offensively? He stepped over the line. Wow. So that's a mistake for Texas Tech, Lawan Watts, and it's a turnover after the timeout.
Playing on the road is never easy. This crowd is starting to get into it. You can feel it. We can feel it sitting here, and that's just a mistake by Lawan Watts, and Christian Anderson's got to get open. I thought Petty might have been open, but he had to run the baseline to get there. Give Colorado credit. They, again, as I said before the break, they got him a bit shook.
I'll re-tee that question once Texas Tech has the ball. Turn it over immediately.
Yeah, you're right about that. And Christian Anderson's got to find a way to get into this game and maybe not set ball screens. When they set ball screens, they trap him every time.
Hargress. That crowd wanted it. And the rebound, Horner. Okay, now where does Texas Tech go?
As I said before, not put him in ball screens. You see they're taking him off the ball because all they're doing is trapping him. He has launch and guard him. He can score on him, but as soon as you set the ball screen, they're going to trap him.
Yeah, you saw a lot of this against Houston, right? 2 to the ball off the high ball screens from Anderson. Gets rid of it, but a foul on the baseline. Wow, it was called by James Ford, who was on the baseline. You could barely hear it against Ron Sheik.
Yeah, I thought it was a good call, and Anderson was going to pass the ball, but he's going to have to score on Ron Sheik. He's spacing him, he's big, but as soon as you send the double, they're going to trap him, so there's no reason to do that. Space him, let him go to work. He's one of the best players in the league, and he's got to make plays for his teammates.
7th team foul on Colorado, 1-1 for Anderson.
And that's something that he struggled with against Houston, making those plays one-on-one like that. They're going to need him. Oh, wow, a rare miss.
Right now, everything's going Colorado's way with under 7 minutes left.
Life on the road in the Big 12.
Johnson, yes! That's 14 for Johnson. It's down to single digits with 6:30 and change. Dak rejects Watts underneath. Loose ball. Colorado on top. And a held ball. Ron Sheik thought he had possession, and Colorado thought they had a timeout, but instead held ball.
This atmosphere is on fire. You see that shot right there. Bad defense as he comes off, not doing a great job of guarding him. Horner, again, you're talking about guys that don't play as much, Chris. Coming off, JT Toppin in the game, that's guarded. Horner coming off, not playing as much. You see they're going to sub for him. I guarantee they covered that play.
So there's Toppin right back in this with his 4 fouls, still with 6:28 left. It's a 12-1 Colorado run. This has turned into an electric second half.
See, coming off that left hand again. They faked it that time.
McKaylee, count it! The run continues for the Buffaloes. Stampede here in the second half.
They've done a great job of finding some mismatches, getting some movement, putting guys in position to score. McKaylee, a great cutter.
Atwell quiets the crowd. The big-time 3 for Texas Tech. They'd gone over 2 minutes without a bucket.
Tough one right there. They've done a good job of setting the offense up. Freshman got a little carried away there, tried to get a foul. But the reason why that happened is they have their players on the floor now. Now they can't take Anderson out of the game because Atwell's in and Toppin's in.
Toppin draws 2, but he throws it away. Barrington Hargress, Sebastian Ron Sheik. That one would have been huge to cut it to a 2-possession game. Watts isolated. McKaylee defends.
Bully ball.
The player from Fresno hooks it home.
Man, that's too easy. He gets that, maybe Colorado's a little winded, but there's no way you can stop LaJuan Watts. He gets it that close, and you see Tad Ball, they need a timeout.
A little exhausted. They cut it to single digits, but Texas Tech has punched back. Timeout Buffaloes with 5:04 left. Texas Tech trying to find it offensively, and LaJuan Watts is the go-to guy. A lead that was as large as 24 was cut to single digits as we revisit our fresh pet keys to the game. Setting up for a fun finish.
Yeah, certainly is. Colorado doing what I thought they needed to do. They're getting into the paint, getting back in transition. They've gotten less than 10 points in fast break points. 3-point shots, they've made 10 threes. That's what they got to defend the 3. They gave up 10 threes, which is not good. Rebound, rebound, rebound. I mean, that's what Texas Tech does so well. But even though things are lopsided in that direction for Colorado, they found a way to get back in this game with 5 minutes to go. Again, with this crowd and a renewed offensive mentality against this defense of trying to get them in foul trouble, right? They have to find a way to dig in and get more stops now. They're going to have to do it because the rest of the way, Graham McCasland is going to play with his guys.
So Colorado cut it to a 61-55 deficit. So it got down to as few as 6 before Texas Tech has responded to go back 11. But as you said, it just coincides with getting Toppin back in.
Yeah.
It just comes down to how many minutes can your best players play.
Yeah, I mean, you know, anybody would tell you, any great player would say, I never want to come out of the game. How many fouls, trouble is a part of it, and people don't look at that as strategy. Every time you're a coach, you go into a game and say, hey, man, we're not going to play against 2 of the best players in the league the entire game. We got to get them in foul trouble. We got to devise a strategy. And the one thing that's hurt Colorado is they're starting this game. Not sure their start. Well, they had a decent start, but again, that lull, right, got this game out of the balance, and now they're trying to play catch-up against one of the best teams in the country.
Texas Tech, Colorado, Big 12, CBS Sports Network. 11-point lead for the Red Raiders.
See what they do offensively. Great cutting. That ball, an excellent offensive coach, moving guys around. Good job. Great offense.
Johnson, Kelly.
Saw it coming. It was a misdirection. I told you, man, out of a timeout, one of the best. That ball found him. Graham McCasland can't be happy. The one most dangerous guy making threes.
All 17 points for Johnson have come in half 2. Atwell, you left them open again. You cannot do it. And Atwell delivers another big-time J.
If you're going to blitz, is what they're doing, you have to sprint out of rotations. But for one guy, you cannot leave. He's not Tom Brady number 12. He's Red Raider number 12, Atwell. Donovan Atwell has to be found.
He's
wow.
5 for 11 from 3 as McKaylee responds.
What a game. It's turned out to be a really good game.
Quality game.
Great strategy by both coaches. Christian Anderson's been taken out of this game. He's got to find they're putting bigger players on him.
Watts hands. Atwell as Watts rolls. Shot clock down to 5. Has to be Anderson. Bumped in the air. There is no whistle. Shot clock does not reset. Atwell gets loose again. And here comes Colorado. Dish to the right side. And that's Hargress for Rashik.
The refs are definitely letting him play. I thought Anderson got fouled there, but you know what? Texas Tech was very physical the first half. They're allowing Colorado to do the same thing. And this crowd is into it, Chris. College basketball right now at its finest. Going bully ball.
Watts seeing double. Trying to keep the pivot. He might have switched it, but threw it away anyway. Johnson, who's had a monster second half. Euro. No. Rebound ricochets out of bounds. Last touch by Texas Tech with 3:02 left. Buckle up. Good finish with threes being a story down the stretch, but also the interior from Hargress.
CBS Sports HQ hits every highlight from all the sports that matter to you.
A lot of movement in the rankings this week.
And analysis to give you an edge.
Big news coming out of the NFL.
I was shaking in my boots.
CBS Sports HQ.
8-stand mixer for only $56.
There's millions of fast auctions and always something to win on DealDash.com. And today, new users get a $50 bonus credit. Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you'll save.
And shipping is always free.
I tried the new 100 milligram generic Viagra for only 87 cents from Friday Plans that everyone is talking about. I wanted to see if it's a scam. Here's what happened. I just had to fill out the online health form, which took me under 2 minutes, and a licensed doctor approved me for a free prescription the same day. They even included free 3-day discreet shipping right to my door. I tried my first tablet, and within 30 minutes, it was working as well as the name brand. My wife can't stop smiling, and my confidence is through the roof. Scan the QR code or go to grabfridayplans.com to try it for yourself. I still can't believe I got 9 tablets of 100 milligram generic Viagra for just $7. I feel like I'm in my 20s again. My wife even told me, "You're like a whole new man." Don't wait as long as I did. It is the best $7 I have ever spent. Scan the QR code or go to grabfridayplans.com right now to get yours before this deal runs out.
24-point Colorado deficit whittled to 7. CBS Sports Network's coverage of college hoops continues next. Mountain West, Utah State to extra mile to face Boise State. And Fresno State battling San Diego State. That's 11 Eastern. MJ Collins, he's been one of the best players, if not the best, in the Mountain West.
Yeah, you're right about that. And playing for my Utah State is just continuously winning at a high level.
Isaiah Johnson has that scoring gene.
Yeah, you know, pride of Campbell, all high school. Getting to that left hand, he is so lethal. A mistake there defensively, letting him get to his spot, and in great misdirection there. Now he coming up late, finding him, trailing him on the 3. This kid has been really, really good. Of all the freshmen, look at that, 0.7. That is a tough kid right there to be able to do what he's doing right now against a tough Texas Tech team.
Let's check in with Brandon Baylor.
Yeah, Chris, I had a chance to listen to Colorado's huddle, and all they said was just listen, stay on your assignments, don't get too lost in the last 3 minutes, play our best 3 minutes here, and continue to do what we do the last couple of minutes here to win this game.
Who will make those key plays down the stretch of this one? Colorado off the inbound. McKaylee can't deliver.
Yeah, they got the nice slip. You had Johnson sprinting to the corner. Watts took that shot away, and McKaylee slipped, but he couldn't make the shot.
11 points, 10 rebounds for Watts. It's a double-double. But again, he has 4 fouls. Joining Atwell and Toppin with 4 for Texas Tech. Here is Toppin.
And put 2 on the ball.
Air ball, which does not reset the shot clock. It's down to 2. It has to be Petty. He gets rid of it and delivers. Incredible.
Nice water. Crawford Vike knocking down the shot when they needed it. May take a look at this, but I thought that was good, Chris.
Looked like it left his hands before the expiration of the shot clock.
Just doing a tremendous job. Colorado's intensity has picked up. Wow, that's close.
It is.
Definitely got to see that one again. Good rotation by Atwell. But wow, yeah.
Ooh, this.
Oh, didn't get it off.
I don't think he got it off.
Didn't get it off.
Wow. The benefit of our replay.
And that is an appeal, correct?
I think this is what the officials called on the floor. I don't think this was a coach's appeal in any way.
There you go.
The officials called this one.
But I thought Tad Boyle signaled to them to look at it. He hit his head and he signaled right at him.
We'll get clarification. But that looked to still be on his fingertips.
You get the sense that all these games, right, especially in the NCAA tournament, are going to come down to plays like this, but we got to go to the monitor. And it's just so much difference between the games that when you start adding replay, and not that you're taking it out of the officials' hands, but you want to make sure they get everything right. And especially the last 2 minutes makes it even tougher.
So with this stoppage, 2:25 left, what are the things to highlight? Texas Tech playing at altitude is one of the advantages Colorado has. And they don't have as deep of a team, Texas Tech. Any stoppage that you can have late in the game to collect yourself. Again, right now they're just taking a look at the whether the shot got off before the expiration of the shot clock. And they're taking a good amount of time to get this one right.
And they're calling over the other official, Rick Crawford now. Gary Ford and Chance Moore, they're huddling up. It looks definitely like it's still on his fingertips. This crowd will erupt if they make that call for sure. Just want to make sure they get this right. I mean, it is that close of a call. And this game, it will be a pivotal call right now to give the Buffaloes back to basketball. Just watch this again. So now it looks like it's in his hands to me, but let's put the officials. And they're still looking at it. It's that close. Fans are getting restless. They think it's a no-brainer, but again, frame by frame, these guys are the best at what they do, and they'll get it right.
So they're still trying to find the angle to determine whether they have
in his hands, right? Yeah.
evidence as to whether it was out of his hands. They called it a good bucket on the floor.
Correct.
So they're still discussing whether they have anything definitive.
And again, it's hard. The angle we had is a little bit difficult, but I believe, with my eyes, right, trained basketball eyes, it was definitely still in his hands, but it's got to be irrefutable evidence to turn it over, and that's the issue.
All right, here's the announcement.
Based on where they're moving, look like it's going to be Colorado basketball.
This is Rick Crawford, who's, again, still waiting to make this call. You get Chance Moore, James Ford, the SUD official.
Chance Moore still waiting. That's what's happening.
Yeah, Chance Moore there.
The call on the floor stands.
Oh, wow.
A good basket, as the angles that we've seen are inconclusive.
So that's the thing. They could not find definitive evidence.
See, that's a tough one for me right there. I mean, that is I get it. That is a real tough one. I mean, come on, Chris.
What's what we see? Again, we can judge what we see on our monitor. We have the great crew, great angle of it. On their side, they could not have definitive evidence that that was still in his fingertips. So they count the bucket, 9-point lead, 2:10 left. They're in the second half.
Good movement there by Colorado. Great offensive possession.
Yeah, Harvard's Mexican.
That dribble handoff, that motion, getting it from one side of the floor, getting him to go downhill is really doing a job on Texas Tech. But here's where they got to do it right here on the defensive end. They're really letting Ronchik be very physical with Anderson. He's doing a really good job on him.
Colorado has upped it defensively in these games last 7 minutes. But Atwell gets loose again. Can't make three, number 6. With a 7-point deficit, here come the Buffalo stampeding down the floor with Johnson. And he'll go to the free throw line for 2.
I mean, he gets to that left hand in transition. It's really hard to stop. Right here, coming off that DHO, dribble handoff to the rim. Toppin probably afraid to foul, but there's no help because they're moving them around. Again, you're not trying to go one-on-one against the teeth of the defense. You're moving the ball from side to side. And as I said before, Tad Ball, an excellent coach, is why they shoot a high percentage. They get the ball to the right guys at the right time.
And there is Johnson splashing.
Graham McCasland been in these positions before. He's got to find something. I would go throw the ball inside the Toppin, invite the double team, work out of the double team, and attack the rim. They're going to press him.
It's down to 5. Against the press, Texas Tech. Excellent passing up ahead to Toppin Thunders. That is picture perfect against the press.
You're 100% right, Chris. Don't dribble a basketball. The ball travels faster than the dribble, and throwing up to the ultimate finisher in college basketball. Going up top, Mr. Toppin.
Johnson, front iron it off. Offensive board, Colorado. And they had it at 5, just the last possession.
Don't need threes. You can take some twos. Get to the foul line.
And Johnson erased. Toppin throws it out of bounds with 55.2.
The refs are letting them be very physical. You see him getting there. That could have been a foul. Good job there. Toppin coming as a help rebounder. As a help and coming and blocking the shot. 5 blocks versus University of Houston. He was averaging 2 blocks a game. We got to dig in defensively. Still got a 7-point cushion here.
Shot clock at 11.
Look for Johnson to come off one of those handoff screens.
He's being held, and they get Petty, the freshman. Before the ball triggered in, Jalen Petty. That is foul number 4.
They got to get the clock right, Chris. I was saying.
Right, the clock started moving.
The clock was moving after the foul, so they got to get that corrected.
Petty with 4, Atwell with 4, Watts with 4, Toppin with 4.
Going off that screen there.
Yeah, I mean, you just go back to where it was before the ball was inbounded. No time goes off the clock. Indication from James Ford, referee came over just to confirm, yes, they're looking at where the clock was before the ball was inbounded. That's an easy one.
Yeah. And here's the thing.
55.2.
55.2. And here's the thing. If you're Colorado, that's the best thing that can happen because no time went off the clock. And you put one of your best three-point free throw shooters at the line. And they can get it down to 5. 2-possession game. Going to have to press again. And they've been, again, on the precipice of getting some steals or getting a 5-second call from Texas Tech because they've been on their heels for like the last 12 minutes of this game.
This just goes to show you how hard it will be all season long to win on the road in the Big 12.
You're certainly right. And when they went on the road, you know, you get your mettle tested and you have a very good team because every arena you go in, especially if it has an atmosphere like this, it is going to be tough to win in. Give Tad Boyle credit. He implored his team in the second half. They came up with something offensively. More importantly, they dug in and came up with strategy defensively. And they, again, riddled this Texas Tech team. And they have a chance to get back in this game and cut it to a 2-possession game if Johnson can knock these 2 down.
11 for 11 from the free throw line in this game. He's 40 for his last 42 at the line. That makes that one count as well.
So many good players in the country. This kid is just skilled, came to the right program where he could shine, and you see in the second half how good this kid really is.
Just a sensational freshman scorer. Again down to 5.
Somebody got to come to the ball.
That pass is wild. Atwell saves it. It gets to Hargress, but it's out of bounds. There was a whistle. Again, could barely hear it. They're on this near side.
They just can't continue to throw the ball in a corner and allow Christian Anderson to get trapped. Somebody's got to flash to the basketball.
Texas Tech fortunate that that was a whistle for out of bounds. That went right to Hargress, who's a great shooter, was open from 3, but Rick Crawford was the one who called it out of bounds. Hope everybody's okay there.
Yeah, no doubt.
Row.
Right into the fans there.
This is everybody included here on the fun with under a minute to play.
Still don't need a 3. Look for a dribble handoff to get going downhill or a pick and pop situation. Possible, not for Ronchik. For Ronchik. More importantly, let's see if they can get a downhill drive and get to the foul line.
After the Texas Tech turnover, a chance to cut it to 1 possession. It is Johnson, and Toppin again rejects the shot out of bounds. 45 seconds left.
They're trying to get to the line. Johnson getting to his left hand, doing a good job. But again, so many defenders there. I would love to see him find a way to get in there and invite him. You got Ronchik in a corner wide open for a 3. They're bees to honey right now.
Ronchik open, wants 3, get 3! It's down to 2 with 42.
Chris, good old-fashioned screen the screener. Atwell late. Ronchik right there coming right off. Good screen by McKaylee to get his buddy a shot. Watch this screen right here. Screen, good. Knocking down the shot. 0 for 5 his last game. But that doesn't matter. Knocking him down this one. Daddy's got to be proud.
For those of you tuning in for the Utah State-Boise State game, you'll be able to find it streaming free on the CBS Sports app or at cbssports.com/CBSSN as soon as it tips off. And, of course, we'll get you out there immediately after this one is done. And Seawalk, this game looked like it was done.
It certainly did.
Texas Tech led by 24 points. Colorado has not led since it was 18-17. That was back midway through the first half. Colorado Buffaloes with Tad Boyle showing the fight, and this crowd here in Boulder has been along for the ride.
You're right about that, and he did a great job of getting his team for that 12-minute mark. They switched it up defensively, what they were doing. Foul trouble helped, which is, again, the depth of Texas Tech. And Christian Anderson has been taken out of this game. Give Sebastian Ronchik credit because he's guarded him one-on-one, and they've trapped him, and it has been the difference. And they found something offensively as well with Johnson.
It's a light press this time.
They're going to ball screen. They're going to trap him.
You're all over it. There's the trap. Watch rolls, bobbled it off his knee, gets it back, drop step, no, Toppin board,
boards, slapped away. Dak, and out of bounds. It stays with Texas Tech with 25.6 left.
They continue. Again, I thought it was, why put him in a trap? But they had a play for Luwan Watts to get the ball and make a play. But give McKaylee and Dak credit.
That's something you can challenge. And I wonder if Colorado will do it. They do not have a timeout, so excuse me, you could challenge if you had a timeout. And with the game reset, Colorado without a timeout, Texas Tech with one.
They're appealing to see, again, if the ball is out of bounds. Definitely looks like Chance Moore saying it's definitely Texas Tech ball. Confidently comes back, not like before.
Yep.
On the shot clock. And think about it. Think about a shot like that. It would be 71-71. Think about that shot that he made with the shot clock violation.
For clarification, again, you can challenge out of bounds in this situation if you had a timeout.
If
Colorado does not.
It does not.
Texas Tech does have a timeout, so they can challenge an out of bounds call like that inside these last 25 seconds.
Look for that same type of action, that screen-to-screener action. Double screen-to-screen. Look for Petty coming off.
Shot clock at 8. Anderson resets the offense.
No ball screen. That's a foul.
Bumped. Logo 3. Front rim, need a board. Dak gets it. No timeouts. 11 seconds left. Down 2.
Try the ball.
They were down as many as 24. 6 seconds. This is Johnson. He's doubled. Has to be Hargress for the win. Off right. And that does it. Texas Tech survives on the road.
What a game, Chris. Unbelievable. Give the Buffaloes credit. They stampeded back. Texas Tech, I don't want to say they don't win, but they certainly survive an unbelievable comeback.
And that last look, Hargress, the off-balance 3. Got to the rim.
Yeah, I thought he could have kept going. Again, I wanted them to get to the rim. Obviously, he couldn't. He was going for the win. Give him credit. They did a great job of stopping Johnson and not fouling, more importantly.
The heartbreak. Fought all the way back, but 2 points shy. 14th ranked Texas Tech gets the road win. Chris Walker, Brandon Baylor, our entire crew. I'm Chris Lewis. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.